some of my physical media of Great White, the band Great White, getting ready to head off to work. I just wanted to do a little video on Jack Russell and his impact on my life. Headed off to work. Just wanted to share some thoughts about a band that I really like, enjoy, made an impact on my life, emotionally, musically, spiritually. Rest in peace, Mr. Jack Russell. Amazing singer, and just this album came out in 1987 at a time as a young man when I didn't do so well at school and kind of, dead-end jobs and stuff. My mom owned a dry cleaners, and I did my best helping her with that, and she got another stepdad. So that stuff in my past, I went into, I thought I could party for a living, right? Like I could be this guy who, Dr. Feelgood kind of character, and I could party for a living, and it just didn't work out, of course. And but some of this helped get me through the bluesy music of Great White. 1989, the album, this is Once Bitten and then Twice Shy, right? That came out in 1989. And I was with my wife Dana at the time, my now wife Dana. We lived together for a long time. About, 9 months, something like that, before we got married. And it was a different time, right? Like, I'm trying to settle down. She married a guy with a lot of court costs and hospital bills, and my driver's license got suspended because I had a bunch of tickets, like thousands of dollars worth of mostly traffic violations that I just never paid. So Twice Shy, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. That was another thing. Trusting, getting into another relationship after I'd been burned several times in the past. That's kind of what that is, right? Once bitten, twice shy. That's a thing in, social psychology too, that little term. Once something bad happens to you, child reaches up at the oven and touches the burner, and it's like, once bitten, twice shy. You're not going to do that again, are you? It's the same with a lot of things in life, right? Jack Russell, the pain this guy's and the band has gone through. Mike Lottie and Mark Kendall were guitarists in the band. This layered guitar sound of the 80s was so awesome. There was a picture of the solo album that Jack did called For You. You listening to it, I imagine it was for his wife or his partner, right? And she, the amazing relationship they had, that solo album. In 2003, of course, a lot of people have heard about the big fire that happened, a tragic incident that happened in a club in February, and the band surviving that. You imagine carrying that, because over 100 people died. All right, this was one of the largest, tragic fire happenings in recent years in a small venue like that. Everybody was just trapped in, and most of them died of smoke inhalation. Just a horrible thing that happened, and having to carry that, I imagine, as survivors, people get the survivor's guilt, and I can't imagine the quantifying impact of everybody being there to see your band, right? And then this thing happens and all those people die. And he talked some about that, and he wrote an apology letter to the families of the victims. And when all the court things were settled and the lawsuits and all of that, it's like, this wasn't us, we didn't do this. but he also carries that weight every February 20th when that anniversary comes along, you know, that happened. But Great White, the 1991 album Get Hooked is another great one. They had another album after that. They just gonna miss old Jack Russell, man. His music will live on. His voice, that voice of his, will live on. They toured without him for a while. He came, the Great White was in town with Mark Slaughter. I was tempted to go again, you know, money issues we've had, and we've gone to a lot of shows. We did buy tickets a long time ago. We're going to the Foo Fighters this weekend, which is gonna be great, but we didn't see that show because big part of it was, you know, Jack Russell wasn't singing. There was, you know, they got a different guy singing, and I get it. The guy had, you know, this debilitating kind of dementia is what he passed away from. It's not just, you know, Joe Biden kind of dementia, right? I mean, I laugh. People think of dementia as that, but it is debilitating. It is horrible. My mother passed away from Alzheimer's. Watching her kind of fade out was tragic. It was really hard to watch. When she passed away, there was almost a closure to it, because she had kind of been fading out for a long time, and she was in and out of lucidity. I'm not sure how his mind worked, Jack's, but I know that the atrophy part of it is even more cruel. This form of dementia that Jack had. So I get it, you know, the band having another guy singing for him. My buddy Tom went and saw him and said they were pretty great. But yeah, I don't know, man. Something about Jack's voice really, you know, brought me into that band and enjoying the band, and also the layered guitars. And it's just a great band. 80s, you know, every 80s playlist I have that's anything to do with rock and roll, and I imagine a lot of you out there, you know, you got some Great White in there, right? You got to have at least one spitting, or you know, that stuff. I just love that old 80s stuff. That's my time back in the day. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the video if you like it, and like it if you're subscribed. I'm a little at a loss for words today. I'm having a hard time myself. It's just yeah, man, that was tough seeing that the guy passed away. Anyhow, peace. Thanks for watching. Going to crank up my CD on the way to work. I'm on my way to yeah, man, Capitol Hill and Life on Mars. So Life on Mars is a bar out there that's owned by KEXP morning radio disc jockey and his wife, and it's kind of cool that I'll be working out there today. So that'll be in the next video. Later. Bye.